Superstrat Guitars, origin, features, and most popular brands. One of the first to imagine and build a guitar with Superstrat features was Eddie Van Halen. The guitarist managed to create a hybrid instrument that suited his needs. Van Halen was looking for a bright Strat-style sound, with plenty of power and without the noise problems of single-coil pickups at high gain levels. To do this, Van Halen fused Fender and Gibson-style features, while also adding new features, such as the use of Floyd Rose tremolo. Halen was looking for a bright Stratocaster-style sound, but with more power and without the noise problems at high gain levels caused by single-coil pickups. Noise-free power in the style of Gibson models, but without the thick tone characteristic of this brand, to achieve a high-gain sound with more brightness, provided by the woods, and especially by the long-scale 25.5-inch of the Stratocaster models. His design was based on an ash body, a Stratocaster-style Charvel maple neck, a Floyd Rose bridge, and a Gibson humbucker double-coil pickup. Something that turned out to be the perfect potion, using a Stratocaster-style structure but with a Gibson high-output pickup, and with the touch of the Floyd Rose tremolo. The guitarist was one of the first musicians to use this type of tremolo bridge, with which he explored the new possibilities that the system offered for performance. Only the bridge pickup works, as Eddie failed to connect the single-coil pickup in neck position, but that's where it's left off. He also didn't complicate his life with tone controls given Eddie's limited knowledge of electronics, so it only has one volume control and off it goes. This design is still used today in many guitars of this type, and many models feature a single volume potentiometer, maintaining the simplicity of the Van Halen design. The strap attachments are two large, closed sockets. The only way to attach a leash to a eyelet would be by tying it or using a carabiner. The advantage of this is that the strap is left with no chance of escape. Modify the pickup height would be impossible because it is screwed directly to the wood. The truth is that everything was very botched. For some reason it ended up being known as Frankenstrat or Frankenstein, the first Superstrat in history. Halen was a great guitarist who searched for and found a great sound, but with very little essence of craftsmanship. Van Halen collaborated with Fender to launch his own brand called EVH to build reliable versions of his legendary equipment, such as the EVH 5150 amplifier. Replica of the legendary PV 5150 amplifier, now renamed the PV 6505. Within the EVH ranges we have the Frankenstrat reissues in the Stripe series, with a basswood body, maple neck and fingerboard, and in different finishes. The truth is that this one looks much better than the one built by Halen. There is also the Wolfgang model, which was the guitar that Eddie Van Halen later began to use. In this series we have the EVH Wolfgang Standard, with a basswood body and mixed radius fingerboard, or the EVH Wolfgang Special with a quilted maple top. Once the origins of the Superstrat models are understood, we can understand the musical orientation and build of this type of guitar. The name Superstratocaster or Superstrat is due to the similarity in the body shape of these guitars with the Stratocaster models, but in reality their characteristics are unlimited. This type of guitars mix qualities of all models, apart from adding new features, to try to take everything to another level. The Superstrat philosophy is more and more to satisfy the demands of heavy rock musicians needing more of everything. More frets. The classic version has 22 frets, but this type of guitar usually has 24 frets or more, like the model shown in the image with 30 frets. More speed, with narrow necks and low curvature fingerboards with a radius of 14 inches or more, which facilitates a low string height or low action. More distortion, with high gain pickups. And all this is accompanied by a super vibrato. The star wood in this type of model is basswood, an all-terrain wood that behaves well with all types of pickups, both single and double coil. But we can find all kinds of wood in this type of guitars: mahogany, alder, basswood with maple top, or mahogany with maple top. These guitars can also be found without any problems with a fixed bridge, something very interesting for those who do not use the vibrato lever. But I understand that pure-blooded Superstrats are those that have a floating bridge, so I will show some with Floyd Rose. Although obviously a guitar with a Floyd Rose will be more expensive than one with a fixed bridge. If there is one instrument brand that is an institution in the manufacture of Superstrat-style guitars, it would be the Japanese brand Ibanez. Among the wide variety of models of this style developed by the brand, we can find guitars with double-locking floating bridge at quite moderate prices, such as the Ibanez RG 320EXZ with Edge 02 bridge, and with quantum pickups developed by Ibanez for about $500. With the same tremolo bridge and pickups, we have the Ibanez RG 350DXZ with an additional single pickup in the center position. But we can save about $100 compared to the previous model. There is a reason why it is one of the best-selling Ibanez models. The Cort Guitar brand also has some quite affordable Superstrat models, such as the Cort X250 for about $350. With a pickup configuration similar to the previous model, but this time they are passive pickups from the legendary EMG brand. This guitar may have been discontinued, although I'm not entirely sure. I say this because it is a model that is not found in all stores, and where it is found, it is usually on sale, possibly because of its discontinuation, so it may be a good time to buy this guitar at a good price. With EMG Retroactive Hot 70, Floyd Rose Special and American Basswood body with flamed maple top, we have the Cort X300 for a very controlled price around $500. The manufacturer Schecter is also a well-known brand within this style of guitars, although their prices go a little higher because of their excellent woods, as in the Schecter Omen Elite 6 FR with mahogany body with poplar root top, rosewood fingerboard, and Floyd Rose Special Series for about $700. Finally, I will name the Jackson guitar brand, as it is also a manufacturer to take into account for its good value for money. In this brand we have, for example, the Jackson DK3XR with mixed 12 and 16 inches fretboard radius for about $540. Although we can find other brands of Superstrat models with a very good quality-price ratio, such as Charvel or Kramer.